I mentioned in my first braincast about Trump that he had managed to hack the media. Here's the thought where that is. We were talking originally about Trump's favorite tactics, his basic playbook. And the notion that he's managed to hack the media is truly important. So what does that mean in detail, and how does this brain thing help figure that out? So let's take a closer look at one article among the many that's here, which is All Donald Trump All the Time, How Our Dumbed Down Media Creates a Dumbed Down Electorate, after which I added the little comment XLNT. So when I search my brain for XLNT, because I've been moderately consistent about this, I find those articles that I really liked over time. There's lots of ways of doing that, but that's one of them. And of course, I've put this under best articles about Trump, which I will revisit again maybe in the next braincast, because there's just too much stuff here. I just want to show you some details about how some of this works. So this particular article is by Alan Chernov, who used to be at CNN, used to be at Fleischman Hillard, now runs his own communications firm called Chernov Communications. Here's his Twitter handle, here's his LinkedIn account, here's his private web page. And he wrote a pretty insightful article about how Trump was busy doing this. And in fact, I've got this under Will the News Media Change Due to the 2016 Election? Because it's interesting. I'm not sure the news media is going to change very much, but they're trying. There's a lot of people really wrestling with what's happening here. So the thing I really annotated from this article was a rhetorical device he used, which I loved, which is, we live in an age where entire networks are dedicated to mocking those who hold political views differing from the network's editorial stance, for example. And I pointed this to Fox News Channel, put it under Fox News, which is, I think, clearly doing that. Where journalists are generating outrage. And same thing with on-air vitriol. Let me make that link here. On-air vitriol helps set the tone for our political discourse. I linked this to shock jocks and conservatives' domination of talk radio, which has happened. AM talk radio in particular is either religious or political conservatives going all over the place, just running amok. Going back to, we live in an age where partisan sniping masquerades as journalism. Personality-driven celebrity journalism is happening. So I created a new thought called celebrity journalism, which is connected to celebrities, connected to types of journalism. And I didn't really link it up under journalism very much. I'll go back and do that at some point if I feel like it. But here's a bunch of other varieties of journalism. There's the sensationalist press, solutions journalism, which is wonderful. Look at the fixes column in the New York Times for a nice example of that. Stunt journalism, visual journalism, yellow journalism. In fact, the Pulitzer Prize is named after Joseph Pulitzer, kind of the father of yellow journalism, along with William Randolph Hearst. Such strange things, aren't they? So we live in this age where a celebrity really works, and where political reporting is all about the horse race. And I already had a thought called horse race journalism, which was under horse racing, but also under U.S. presidential elections, and an article from back when, a couple years ago, about why campaign coverage sucks, by Jay Rosen. And then finally, we live in an age when the priority of most news organizations is no longer to enlighten the public, it's to attract and hold the audience. So I put this under Clickbait, the future of news. How much does driving eyeballs affect the news, which is an open question of mine, and also, are editors shaping stories to optimize views or understanding? This in contrast to, in opposition to, the old saying that newspapers' job is to afflict the comfortable and comfort the afflicted. So these are just some of the things that live under this particular article by Alan Chernov right here. And you can see that I've been weaving them into other things that they're related to, and by traversing those links or doing searches, you can in fact find more things that are related. This is another use of the brain in our sort of, I would say, our national crisis of trying to figure out what the hell happened that Donald Trump is the candidate of one of the two major parties and has a likelihood of being elected in only a couple dozen days. Thanks very much for listening. My name is Jerry Mikulski. You can find out more about this at jerrymikulski.com. Also, jerrysbrain.com will let you see the brain, although, as I said in the last podcast, you will see an old version of the brain which has outdated data. So the stuff I'm showing you right here will in large part not be there. That should be fixed in a month or two. Thanks very much.